Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. Just documenting what I hope is my recovery journey, my battle with the medical system. I'm still at the hotel room, trying to make a decision on how to handle this. It was a good day because it was my mom's birthday today. And so my son and daughter-in-law took me over to the nursing home to see my mom for her birthday. And we got her roses and a card. And, we were laughing a lot. On the way to the nursing home, I can't remember how this came up. Oh, we were talking about a pizza place in town. And I said, I should open a pizza shop and call it the Screaming Sicilian. It's every time a customer walks in, I come out and yell at them. So I was telling my mom about that. She started cracking up. Oh, that's a good idea. She goes, you'd love that. She goes, I'll do it too. Older Sicilian ladies coming out screaming at you. What do you want? Make him eat. Anyways, yeah, it was a good time. My son, ever since he was really small, him and my mother always have bantered back and forth, and so that cheered my mother up. When my son was little, I used to warn him, "You're getting close to the disrespectful point." No, Mom, no. I said, you are. You'd be sorry if you do. He goes, no, Ma, Grandma loves it. She loves it. So anyways, so I did that. And even doing something fun like that, it always, anything I do, even if something fun, it increases the pain. And I get extremely fatigued. And it's hard, because then I'm in worse shape when I get back. And I just can't wait to get to the point in my recovery where I can go out and do those things, and, it wouldn't faze me. And I don't know, maybe the blood clot was a setback. I'm not sure. We'll see. But anyways, today, I've been looking for doctors. I did make an appointment with a primary care doctor. Couldn't get the appointment until Monday. So I set an appointment with the primary care doctor. That's not till Monday though, so I'm going to see if I could get in someplace else quicker. On the other hand, I'm thinking of possibly going to the hospital that I went to when I had my stroke. They were able to help me quite a bit, and I had my stroke during the Great Recession, and I got laid off, no job. So I didn't have insurance. And this hospital, they work, they're for people who don't have insurance. It's a really great hospital. It's Metro Health Systems of Cleveland. Very, very good. If you don't have money, you don't have insurance, it's a great place to go. And boy, did they take good care of me. So I'm thinking of maybe going to the ER there. My niece is a dietitian at one of the hospitals here. I think my brother worked there at the beginning of his nursing career. I'm not sure. But they both suggested I go there. My niece thinks if you're not capable of taking care of yourself, they take you in. That's all they need to know to admit you. So that could get the ball rolling. Now, here is my issue. Like I just said, even doing something fun, I end up with more pain and exhausted, and I really feel sick afterwards. Going to the ER and sitting there all day is very, very difficult. Even before I hurt my leg, just doing that. Well, of course I had ME/CFS, so it didn't help. But just the sitting there, the waiting, tests, whatever, I just sit there from early in the morning to late at night or whatever. And a lot of times they don't do anything for you. And even though I'm being told by healthcare professionals and my own family, now they're not 100% sure, which is part of my problem, I need to be positive. First of all, it's all the way on the west side of Cleveland. I'm like in Northeast Ohio, past Cleveland, okay? It's a long drive. Now, what I remember is after my stroke, all of my doctors had to be at Metro Health. Now, I couldn't drive when I had my stroke either because it affected my right occipital lobe, and I was legally blind. So it was hard for me to get there. Taking an Uber, I don't think there were Ubers when I had my stroke. This is 14 years ago? That's going to be expensive to get all the way across town if I have to go see doctors there. So what I'm saying is, I don't want to waste an entire day making my pain and fatigue even worse for nothing. It's like, I want to be sure I am going there and getting results, getting help. I'm really conflicted. I want somebody to help me, but just getting in and out of the vehicle, you guys have no idea how painful and scary that is. And all I have is a pickup truck. So it's like I have to find like a high curb or something. My son has to park up against it. I have to get off my wheelchair onto this curb and kind of swivel around or hop around until my gulu is on this, on the edge of the seat of the trunk. Then I have to hop my good leg, and this is all with my good leg, no bad leg touching the ground. I have to hop backwards, my good leg, onto the running board, and then pull myself up into the truck. This mere getting into the truck is extremely painful, and I do take my pain meds about half hour before getting in the truck. Extremely painful and exhausting. Then I go there to the ER and I sit there, and it's like, and this is what I found when I was chronically ill too. All those years, all the tests and everything, running to doctor, and I have occipital lobe epilepsy and stuff like that. I have other health issues. Going for these tests or going to the ER or whatever, I ended up being in worse shape coming out of the ER or coming, going to do a test and coming back. I was more sick afterwards, and I'm finding that to be true with this situation too. So it's like I have an actual fear of going to ERs or going to get tests, because it's like, in my experience, well, ever since I had my stroke when I was 44, it'll be 14 years in April, I go do this stuff and I'm more sick afterwards, and I don't want to be more sick. Yeah, I know I need help. So how do I do this without making matters worse for myself? I mean, just getting in the truck. Then there's getting in the truck, and then getting to the destination and getting out of the truck. Not only is this terrifying, it hurts. And then you go and you sit there all day. You're in the ER all day long. Nobody gives you anything to eat or drink. You come out, you're not just fatigued, you're weak and thirsty. And I have to get back in the truck, get back to wherever it is I'm sleeping that night, because who knows when you're homeless, and then get out of the truck again. So I don't know what to do. I want to get help, but I want to do it in such a way where I'm assured of the help, but I'm not going to get more sick. I mean, what I did today, going to see my mom, was fun. But by the time I got in the truck to come back here, I felt horrible, and I still do. I'm going, my bedtime these days are what it was when I was like in elementary school. I'm that tired all the time, you know. My dad's like 8 o'clock, don't say 7. It was 8. Yeah. But here's something I noticed today. I had mentioned in a previous video how much weight I gained since my accident. I couldn't believe it. Every time now, they did tell me that because they were weighing me on a hospital bed, it always comes out more than it actually is. Plus, I've got this brace on my leg that weighs 2 tons. But it was like every time they weighed me, it was more and more and more. And I'm like, where is that number coming from? It was horrifying. And I know I was bloated after the surgery. And my leg is very swollen too. Although today it looks like it might be a little better. It's still swollen. Maybe the medication they gave me yesterday for the blood clot is already working. I don't know. But put my brace on today, and I go out, and my brace is slipping down. And I hadn't adjusted the straps. And I told my son, I said, I don't know if I lost weight or what, but I have to, this brace is too big on me now, it's falling down. So I had to readjust everything. I'm hoping I lost weight. It's very strenuous doing things like, using my walker especially. It's a lot of exercise, a lot of work. Getting in and out of the truck, well, that's a lot of exercise and a lot of work. So maybe I'm burning calories that way. I don't know. But for some reason, I know it probably doesn't look like it, but I really, my leg, and I do think maybe some of the swelling went down, although it's still swollen. I don't know. But that's good news there too. So tomorrow, I am going to work and try to figure out if I should just wait to go see the PCP. If I can find someone who would get me in sooner than Monday, I'll probably go with that. I don't know. I keep going back and forth on this. I'm also have to find an orthopedic doctor and a hematologist. I guess they need to keep checking, for blood clots. So, that's where I am now. It's a mystery as to where I'll be sleeping tomorrow. We don't know. It's fun being homeless. So you never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. Oh, that reminds me. Finally, they got my trailer off the highway today. It had been there since, Saturday? I'm sorry, I don't know where that piece of hair came from. Disgusting, I know. Anyways, too much oxycodone. Good stuff. No, I try not to take it during the day. Although I have to before I go somewhere because pain is so bad. If I don't take it, I can't get in the truck, literally. It's like my leg stops moving. What was I saying? I haven't even taken my next dose for bedtime. Oh, my trailer. They finally towed it off the highway today. It had been sitting there since Saturday. I don't know if anybody broke into it. All my worldly possessions are in there because that's my house. All 17 feet of living space is my house. Oh, but from, tongue of the trailer all the way to the fender, it's 19.92 feet. So it got towed to the place that will hopefully fix it. Making progress with that, and then maybe I won't feel homeless. Unfortunately, even when we bring it up here, on the east side of the country, there are no RV parks that are open at this time of year. Plus, there's no boondocking on this side of the country. I am used to boondocking. I do not like RV parks, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But there's nothing open on this side of the country at this time. So even when we get here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to handle that. But just knowing I have my home back will make me feel not homeless. Right now I'm feeling homeless. So anyways, that's where I am with that. keep you updated on my exciting adventure with, shattered knees and tibial fractures. I just had this really bad thought. Shattered knees. Maybe it's good. Didn't say that. Racist. Are you allowed to talk that way about your own race, about your own people? About your own nationality? Is that considered racist? Can I do a mafia joke? Huh? I have members of the family who were in the mafia. My grandpa. Am I allowed to do those? We weren't allowed to talk about it back then, but that's over with. Grandma. My grandma's did. There's no mafia. Sicilians aren't in the mafia. We're not involved. There's no mafia. Okay, Grandma. Yeah, whatever floats your boat. I haven't even taken my medication, and this is the stress of my life right now is doing this. So I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.